Hello, everybody. Welcome to Into the Void podcast. I know it's been a while since I've done another video like this, but I have some cool guests that I've been friends with for a decent amount of time. Right now, I have three guests. They're all from the main area, so we have Quince, or whatever you guys want to be called.
I'm Sean.
Okay, and again, you can say it any way you want. I don't really care. And then
I'm Quincy.
and then
Shane's
Shane,
asleep.
Shane.
passed out.
He already left.
He already left. He said, fuck. Anyway, but pretty much, I know you guys haven't been a part of a podcast.
Sorry,
so...
my mic was muted.
No, it's
I'm
good.
Shane.
You're Shane. But again, I know this is all your guys' first time being a part of a podcast. So I guess the kind of starter point is, how's COVID going for each one of you guys? Since that's like, we're pretty much the only country to be having as strict laws as we do, like, restaurants wise. So, and we're all the same age, so.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's pretty much like just.
I'd say it's awful.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Did you?
It's
I mean-
pretty bad.
Well, wait, Shane, you went to college for.
Yeah,
you
I
actually
went-
stayed in dorms.
Yeah. Yeah, I was in dorms for a month or two for the first semester,
Mhm.
or for my first semester.
Yeah, I just did online for my
It
first
was-
semester.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. I think that it was kind of honestly a waste of time for me, but
Yeah,
It was,
same.
yeah, like what were the RAs strict there? Because I know that like my RAs, because I'm out in Washington, so we're pretty much across the country, but like RAs were checking on people all the time, like if they had people in rooms.
yeah, that wasn't really as big of a issue up in Maine, because I went to the University of Maine, in Orono. They weren't very strict, as like at least from my experience, they weren't that strict. But I feel like the climate at that school is kind of different because like a lot of parties go on and at the school. It's just kind of like I don't know. And plus, my group of friends that I met, which I'm still talking to, but we're just not on campus. We're still in contact, but it's like if you're low key about things, like RAs usually wouldn't do anything to like break up kids having like kids in their dorms. But like if you came from another dorm, that's kind of a different thing. I don't know if that was the same for you
it was
in Washington.
It was definitely like, because I don't know how much the party scene is out in Maine. Like I don't know how, because I know like weed, for example, is legal out there, so I don't know how big the party scene is out there, but like over here it's not that big. I mean, it's more of like a hippie-ish place, I guess, is the point. It's a lot of weed smokers, especially in Washington. So that's like kind of a recurring thing, is you'll always meet somebody smoking in some bullshit location in the middle of the woods or whatever.
Yeah, that's basically what it was like at UMaine.
Yeah,
But it's
I'd
don't
say
know.
it's probably like most of Maine, like a lot of Maine in general is kind of like that.
yeah, people are pretty chill about weed up here. But as far as parties actually went, for the first week, like first week of college, like that's generally when like a lot of the freshmen just go crazy and start like partying. It was really dead. Like there was really nobody, like there were no parties happening in like apartments or anything. Like it was just really dead for like what should have been a really like eventful party like time for parties to be happening.
Yeah. And are y'all intending the same college? Like, or are y'all intending different colleges? Meaning not on campus, but more online aspect.
I'm not actually attending online classes right now.
Oh,
I decided to defer
uh-huh.
for the fall, just
Yeah,
because
I did like my first university main at Augusta,
Mhm.
but I deferred as well. It's just I didn't get anything out of it.
It's not worth the money, is it not? Like,
Yeah.
especially, I mean, shit, having college now and spending that amount of money, you know, for like the things that you don't get, such as like online, like on campus life, and especially like dealing with the teachers and having that personal experience.
yeah. I think like if you're gonna charge the same amount for online classes as you would for an in-person class, it's
It's
I
ridiculous.
think like it is
absolutely
ridiculous
stupid.
because it only like I understand that online learning can cater to like certain kinds of people. Like if you have like a more introverted personality, you might not necessarily, not to stereotype anything, but like if
Yeah.
you're more introverted, say, you might have a easier time like being in your dorm a lot and doing work online. But as like in my experience, I really can't like just motivate myself while also just being stuck in my dorm for like weeks on end
Oh,
or
absolutely.
however
Yeah.
long.
And I feel like a lot of colleges, like if you're an introverted type of person in college, is the time to like break out of that. Now that's just not available.
Yeah.
Oh, totally. That's like if you especially going through like high school, because we all graduated, you know, with this whole fucking thing going on.
Yeah.
And that's like, I mean, that's pretty fucking like cool if you think about it, meaning in the next couple of decades.
Yeah, everyone's gonna remember the class of 2020. And
Yeah,
how awful
exactly.
it was.
Exactly, because it's just like, because now it's more of a thing that I've noticed that when it all first hit, when everything shut down, we're almost in a year into this. That like it's so weird to even imagine like going outside and seeing people without masks, going to restaurants, going to like parties and stuff like that with big groups of people and having those events. You just can't imagine that, because even I don't know, I was watching a movie the other day and I just see all these people crowded around each other and I'm like, how the fuck are they not wearing masks? It's really weird now that I look at that from a perspective.
It's the weird thing.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I hate to like blame my problems on things that I don't control, but I feel like I would be doing a lot better in a lot of ways if not for the virus, you know? Like I feel like this past year I just haven't been able to make any progress in my life at all because everything's just stopped.
Like, has your guys' mental health been like affected? You can go into depth as much as you want about that, but like, how are you guys feeling after like being stuck in a year? You know.
Well, my kind of dark right off the bat. My grandmother died of it. Like
Oh
in
my
April
God.
last year.
I'm sorry
Like
to hear
right
that.
off the bat. So that was like an awful start, you know. And then it's just been
definitely.
a year of not being able to go anywhere.
Uh-huh.
I mean, in a big way, like
Yeah.
that was, you know, that sucked a lot. But for the most part, like other than I guess hanging out with people, which really sucks not to be able to go places and do things, like
Absolutely.
for the most part I still do most of the things I do. Like I still just work with my dad and like go back to the house, you know, but all the good things seem like it's just harder to come by.
Exactly. Like, what about the rest of you guys?
Yeah, it's like, because I was already kind of a indoors person a lot of the time. So it's not like my day-to-day changed all too much, but I definitely see where Sean's coming from with the, it kind of makes me realize how much I took for granted all the stuff that I could do before. It's like now I want to do it all the time. I want to go outside all the time, but I can't.
Yeah. It's definitely been like a lack of motivation. I think one of the things going into, this
Yeah.
the beginning of this, it was just like you took a lot. I mean, I've definitely had a lot of self-reflection over the amount of, time. Because
Yeah, for
being
sure.
being stuck inside and being,
Isolated.
having your own thoughts, because the worst thing is being with yourself all the time and having your own thoughts. I mean, even for introverted people, but they'll still play video games, or for example even talk on Discord and have other social media platforms to express how they feel, or at least talk to other people to get somewhat type of comfort. But it's just such a weird thing, because over the time I've been trying to do like practices such as like meditation and shit like that, but it's still so hard because you just don't know the level of balance with everything.
I feel like because there's not really much physically going on. Like most days you can't, say you went out and did this or did that. So it's like, you sit with your thoughts and like, that's what happened today. You thought about this or that. It's like, it can be overwhelming.
No, definitely. I mean, I feel bad for some of the people that have to like, that some people can't get necessarily the help that they need. Either due to like, who's gonna, like, imagine over Zoom talking to like, psychiatrist or something. It's just it's kind of weird, or even talking to professors online and trying to communicate with them, because that's one thing that's pissed me off the most, is the non-communication aspect when it comes to things. That
was a big part of why I like stopped after the first semester. None of my professors like communicated. It was really hard to actually get anywhere if I needed help.
I'm lucky so far that most of mine are pretty communicative, but there's one that just does not respond to anything. It's very annoying.
Dude, what
so I can't do one of the assignments.
Yeah, what platform do you guys use for your college stuff, or if you can remember? Like, did they use
for my work and stuff?
Yeah, did they use Canvas or whatever?
We use Brightspace.
Brightspace for us is
fuck is that?
Pretty standard. Yeah,
it's a mess.
I feel like
I like it. I think it's okay.
Yeah, I think after a while, but writing
it depends on how well the teacher can use it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, we use Canvas, and that's like okay, but still, like, a lot of the teachers don't know what the fuck they're doing. Most of the time, I'll talk with teachers.
Say that again.
It's just they don't know what the fuck they're doing, and I'm just like, okay, then why am I spending X? Because I was taking a math. I don't know if I told you guys about this. I know Quince, you know about this, but I was taking this math class that was called Math 99, and it was the most stupid math class. After a month and a half of just bullshit text, and like bullshit learning, we just got to like fractions.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, dude, what the fuck? And the teacher doesn't even know how to use Canvas. And I'm just like, this is ridiculous.
I kid you not. My literary teacher sends emails using voice to text.
Voice to text?
Like, yes, he talks into his phone and he writes the word. It writes words. So like,
that's how
bullshit. He sends emails. I don't know why he sends emails like that. And I only know this because I had to hear him send an email while on a Zoom call. Like, I was so confused as to why his emails looked so weird.
Oh, because I've definitely seen that. You can definitely tell when somebody uses voice to text. I feel like you're obviously gonna.
It's like they just wrote a sentence.
I feel like a lot of them realize they just don't have to put that much effort into it, so
they don't.
It's not nearly as hard to be a teacher as it was when you actually had to show up for work.
Dude, my math teacher is literally like, guys, you don't even have to show up to class if you want. Just do the work. I don't care.
Bro, I'm so fucking done with all that shit, man. I'm just like, bro, I'm not dropping $3,000 for a fucking class that I'm like, that it's just like, just kind of send it. Like,
Yeah,
I'm just like,
I-
what the fuck? I know I'm just trying to get my degree and shit, but like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I still go to his classes, but it's like every class, he always reminds us like halfway through. Remember, guys, you can leave at any point, at any time you want. Just remember to do the work on this guy. He doesn't even use Brightspace. He uses something else that we have to pay for to get into. I don't remember what it's called. It's like Pearson. It's like Pearson Labs.
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
No,
My
that's
math
And you have to
labs.
pay like $150
$150.
to get in if
It's
you
like a
want the access
textbook.
code.
Does
It's
the
a
class have a
website.
textbook or?
No.
Yeah.
So I guess it's kind of the textbook. But there's nothing there. It's just how he gives us our assignments, which you could just do through Brightspace like everyone else.
Well, that's when it comes to like bullshit for me. Is like when teachers start using their own thing, like they just kind of go off the handle a little bit, and they start using different programs to teach their class. You know, I know they have like the freedom of teaching the class that they want to teach and how they teach it, but when you start adding like all these different external websites, it gets really fucking confusing.
Yeah, and it just puts strain on the students who are like literally paying to be like in this college and like paying to get your degree,
Oh yeah.
and you're just kind of in a way like being like inconsiderate to your students, like in the sense that you're just giving them all of this stuff on top of like say finals week, like if you have like all of these different programs you're using and you have to like keep track of all of them on top of all of the studying you have to do, it's like I don't know, I'd feel like that just kind of
and,
sucks for the student.
Mm-hmm.
And with this being like, if you're a freshman like us, and we haven't really had the actual freshman experience or been, properly introduced to college, it's already, overwhelming and confusing.
Oh my god.
The
Yeah,
only
exactly.
introduction they do is like, now, for me at least, I didn't really get to talk to anyone except my professors, and it's just,
Mhm.
You start the class and that's that. And I
Oh,
had to kind
yeah,
of figure it out for
exactly.
myself.
Yeah, and that's the crazy thing is that now we're all technically, adults living our lives, and they're just like, well, shit. One, you just graduated high school with whatever, happened. And then you have to make the decision of, do I either stay in my town, stay with my family, or do I go out in college and decide, especially if you're out of state me, I'm 1,500 miles away from my home. I have to pay for my groceries. Luckily, I don't I don't have a mortgage or anything. I'm not that of an adult. But, it's just like, and then on top of having bullshit teachers and trying to manage all that, it's really fucking weird to have this timeline of everything in line while, processing you as being older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. The big problem I've been having is like, this is probably the problem everyone has when they get out of high school. But I thought I knew what I wanted to do, so I started I chose my major as aviation, and now it's been almost a year, and I don't really know what I want to do. I just sort of thought I wanted to do that.
Exactly.
And but then, it's the problem of like I want to stay productive and keep working at that, I guess. But if it's not what I want to do, I feel like I'm wasting time. But I don't want to just do nothing,
Yeah. What did y'all want to do even before? What was your plans for the future? I know that aviation was a part of yours.
Yeah, I just wanted to be a pilot, I guess. But now
Yeah.
it just feels like something I enjoy doing as a hobby.
Yeah, exactly. It's that's a fine line that you need to draw like in, it's like what's actually like gonna be a fittable career that you can get, really quickly. And even if you do need a degree for that, meaning I mean aviation, I don't know a lot about, but I don't know if you would need a degree for that. But it's just
it's a lot of school for that, and a lot of money.
Exactly, yeah, I bet. But what was it, what was the first instinct that you had, you know, for I mean anybody can answer this, but
Yeah.
uh,
I mean, like, I going. I mean, I think I kind of decided something I wanted to do
mhm.
around like beginning of senior year of high school, I think it was. Like, I knew I wanted to pursue something creative because I'm a musician. I'm an artist.
Mm.
So like I knew I
Yeah,
wanted
I've
to do
seen your
something like
art,
that.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. So I basically like halfway through senior year I was like, okay, I just gotta focus on something and I gotta try to make something out of it. So I decided that I wanted to pursue art and specifically animation.
Mhm.
So I decided to go into school with my major declared as studio art because they had like my school doesn't have like a specialized like art program. Like if you want to be in art, like anything, you basically have to go through studio art or like new media,
Okay.
and then you specialize in something from there.
Oh.
So like
okay.
if you wanted to do animation, you could like have animation be your like capstone class.
Oh, so it's a generalization. So
Yeah,
it's
basically
like, okay.
it's like I was thinking about transferring into like an actual art school, like maybe halfway through my degree, but
Mhm.
that's still really far away, so I don't even know. But
But
I
also,
think
you can make that decision. You still have plenty of time. I mean,
yeah, but
That's always this thing I get worried about. Is like everyone always says you have plenty of time, but
you
like,
really
they've been saying
don't.
that for years, and now I feel like I'm running out of time.
I
and
mean-
I know I still have a little bit to figure things out, but I really am not entirely certain what I want to do with my life. You know?
but you're not the, you know, is like, I know totally people, you know, is that like you feel it's like the last minute, but that's definitely a thing that I thought, you know, is coming into my senior year is I wanted to go into a music school. And like I was planning to go to Florida for school.
Yeah.
And I was just like, dude, well, I can't really do that because with creative arts and stuff like that, most jobs, you know, don't really need a degree in that. You know, as long as they see you're committed to it and you have, you know, somewhat interest level and you're somewhat decent, you know, a lot of people will take you along the lines. But I took so much time thinking about what I was gonna do with my life, and I'm still thinking about it now. I don't even know what I'm gonna major in, but
Yeah.
you know, I still know people that that are juniors in college or university, whatever, that are still trying to figure out what the fuck they want to do, you know. And I met people that didn't figure out till their senior of, you know, of college, which sounds really crazy, but one of these guys majored in business his senior year and got every one of his major credits. You know, I feel like, you know, that's what it says, and we're always, you know, we're kind of adults and things are moving by so fast, but you know, if you have the commitment level and you just think about it, I think, you know, most of us can do something with it.
Yeah.
I think it's hard too, because like we're in such an unprecedented time period that like
True.
people who would be able to give advice like really can't, because no one has been through this kind of situation with like the pandemic and
Yeah,
like
exactly. Yeah,
and
true.
just everything that kind of came with that.
Mm-hmm.
We're just living in a crazy time, and it's like no one really knows what they're doing. I don't think like anything, like no matter what you choose, I think eventually things are going to fall into place.
Yeah, and I guess that's the big thing is I just want to stay at least productive, and like I hate to just hope for things to work out, but like at some point I'll find what I want to do, but I just don't want to waste, you know, 5 years of my life not doing things, you know.
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah.
that's, I think we all have that.
I didn't know for a long time what I wanted to do.
I'm kind of the opposite. Like I kind of know what I want to do, but like having a
don't know
career
where
in
to
art
take
is
it.
hard. Yeah, and it's also a risky thing because like if you don't make it, then like there's I don't know, like if you don't make it, it's kind of like
What the hell do you do?
man.
Yeah, exactly.
Isaac.
So we got a new member, Zach.
Yes,
Zach,
I'm a large
That's
man.
He's a large man.
He's the large man.
He's good with introductions.
Biggest
to,
man.
The biggest
to kind of
one we know.
continue off with that, so I'm the only one in this chat right now that doesn't know each other, meaning like face to face. All four of you guys know each other in real life. Or
I guess so.
This is.
I guess
Do
so.
we?
What do you mean?
Do we really know each other?
Well, no, you guys have met face to face. Bull fucking shit.
Well, here's the thing: is that
We
I
don't even
haven't
really
seen
know
these guys-
ourselves.
Yeah, do we know each other? I haven't seen
What
these
is
guys for
knowing?
face to face. How long haven't we seen each other? How long has it been?
I saw Shane 2 hours ago, so
Yeah,
Then what the
but Sean's the
fuck?
first. It's like the first person I've seen, so you know,
yeah.
progress.
Yeah, well, someone's
Other than that,
you've been
though,
in
you know.
lockdown.
My folks are really paranoid about COVID, so
They're just like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Is there
they.
some- Is there a virus I should know about?
I think so. I mean, I've heard about like this weird virus on the news. I don't know if it's the same one.
Oh, stupidity. I already caught
Oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah.
yeah, you know, it's a chromosome lossage. Mad fucking big fats. I find it so weird is that well, YouTube has recently been doing this thing where they started doing this at the beginning, but they've actually kept it up. Is that if you say the word COVID in videos, so either this video will be taken down or not due to the fact of us saying COVID or even virus for that matter.
Huh.
So people,
Really?
yeah, dude,
That's
it
weird.
was so funny. My friend in one of his videos, he was talking about, he's like, oh shit, the Jake Paul, he was like, the Jake Paul's back,
Huh.
you know, and he says it as like some cringy ass shit, or like some cringy ass YouTuber or something like that, and he'll always reference it to that because one time he made a video with a couple of his friends, and it was all about COVID, and it got taken down off of YouTube.
That's
Yeah, man.
that's my problem with like YouTube. I don't know, like when you have such a large media platform, and this applies to not just YouTube, just like media in general, is like it's just YouTube has become like it started to like try to create a narrative almost with like what content it allows,
It's
and like
It's owned by
just
Google, though. so what do you
censoring
expect?
things.
No, yeah, it's definitely become a lot more like a PC. You know, I'm not. Besides the point of like getting into the specifics of what you can and can't say, it's more of the line is that we all grew up on a point of YouTube being a lot more raunchy and a lot more like creative. You know, everybody
What kind of
followed.
Minecraft videos were you watching?
Well, no, dude, because, dude, I'm serious, bro. If you watched any of the Minecraft YouTubers, they would say fuck, shit, and go off. Like, even if you
they still
watch
say
Sky Does Minecraft, my mom would be in the corner, like, being like, what did I just hear? Like, just being like, what
From
the
Alabama.
yeah, just some fucking Minecraft YouTuber say, fucking bitch, like, and shit like that in the fucking corner. You know, if that won't pass, meaning like if you look at some of the Minecraft YouTubers, you know, they all go along the line of, you know, what's ever popular now. You know, and they are a lot more PC with it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even watch Minecraft
Well-
YouTubers anymore.
I don't know.
You know
it
what
sounds like
happened?
you're kind of covering up the fact that you do. You know more about it than I
No,
do.
dude. I used to watch a lot of Minecraft YouTubers. It just pissed me off because people will talk about like Dream and shit. I'm like, dude, I don't even know who the like. I didn't find about like all those guys till recently.
They're all pretty
Things
new
I brought
too.
out of my head.
Yeah,
Like it's a lot of new like content creators on like that whole group.
Yeah, like, what do y'all think about,
Um,
like, what content do you guys watch?
Oh, God.
Well, I watch a
watch-
lot of art streams and like art videos because, you know, it's like trying to teach yourself essentially how to like develop a
Mhm.
skill. So that's kind
That's
of
so
the
much more productive than my answer.
Just like,
I'm just gonna open up my
how
YouTube
do I get
recommendations.
bitches?
Yeah.
How
That's
to
pretty
sex.
productive.
How
So
do I
of
get
course,
bitches?
critical is the first thing.
Yeah.
What else is here? We got Mario Kart.
Mario
We got
Kart.
some
Do you-
NHL breakdowns. You know,
You watch NHL breakdowns? Are you?
yeah,
Are
I don't even watch hockey.
I'm gonna be honest. Are you? Wait. Are you the most like sports, like
No,
inclined
I-
person in this?
I watch like 2 sports.
Oh no, yeah, he's probably the most sports inclined. Besides you,
Yeah, man,
do
he loves
you
sports.
do snow.
I mean, no, I feel like I only watch sports because I really want to be like, I wish throughout high school
Wants to
and
be
like all that,
cultured.
I was in those groups, you know, because it's like that's.
Oh,
It's
were
where
you
you-
the big
it's where you
swole
have
guy?
fun. You don't.
Were you one of the fucking chads
No, I
on
wasn't
the
What?
into
football
football
team?
at all. I wish I was, you know.
What was that sound, bro?
Sorry, but
Donna's a twink.
You
I
talking
tried
to him.
football.
You asking this guy if he was a swole guy in school?
I'm huge. They call
Really,
me big
got to
guy.
me.
Well, I don't know
He's a
what
big, huge
I
man.
know what
Yeah.
Quince looks like. I don't think I've ever seen you, Shane or Sean. I've seen you, Zach, in like a choir video or some like improv shit that that
Oh my
someone
God,
showed me.
I'm like an inch taller than Quincy, but I weighed like 110 pounds for like 4 years.
Oh my
So,
god, Jesus
yeah.
Christ!
He was
No,
quite a
COVID
twig.
COVID got me good though. I got up to like
Yeah, man.
155 this year, and I feel like I'm morbidly obese. So
How tall are you?
I'm 5'11", 5'10" and a half.
Am I the tallest one here?
I'm
Don't
6'8".
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still the tallest one.
What are you, like 6'3"?
My
Yeah,
dad could beat up your
almost.
dad though.
Oh really?
Mhm.
Oh,
Fucking
yeah,
throw
Sean's
hands.
dad
My
can
dad
beat up
works
a
his-
god.
dude. My mom.
His
my
dad
works
is
for
literally a
Nintendo.
tower,
Fuck outta
dude.
here.
They call my dad Big Bob because he's big.
He's big. He's big.
His name's Bob.
His name. That's one of the most
Big name,
stereotypical
Bob.
like dad names, Bob or Greg.
Mm.
Very halfway.
Greg Heffley. Imagine Greg Heffley as a dad.
How's your relationship with your dad, Cole? We're getting into the serious ones.
Uh-oh.
How's
I got-
your relationship with my dad? Dude, I don't know,
Yeah.
Sean,
man.
don't open that
I-
can of worms.
Dude, I
Oh,
won't.
no.
I won't go into depth with
Quite a
it.
can.
But the short term is my dad's a very black and white kind of person. I mean, I don't know. He's a pretty tall ass dude. Pretty straightforward. I love the guy.
No,
but
I'm asking about your relationship with him, not how big he is.
I mean, but this
a big
inclines,
man.
man. He sometimes he gets scary. He has a deep ass voice.
Okay.
Some people always get
Here's
scared
the more
of my
important
dad.
question: how much does he bench?
My dad,
Oh.
dude, for a 50-year-old smoker, you know, that's been smoking since he was like 17. This man can fucking chug up a mountain like it's fucking nothing on a bike. Man, this
Nice.
guy is just smokes all the time. Sorry,
That's
Dad,
my
but-
goal. Except for
don't
I
even
don't
know.
want to go up a mountain, and I don't want to be 50. I just want to smoke.
I don't want to be 50. I want to be old and die.
Yeah, we'll just skip the middle part.
What the fuck?
Let's pivot. Let's pivot back to YouTube. Quince,
Yeah, no.
I want to hear what you. I want to hear what you. What do you watch, Quince?
Yeah,
I
go
had a
to
couple of
recommendations.
drinks,
Like, I
so-
feel like you already know what I watch.
Let's go through your.
Yeah, I know.
Anti-live
Let the
streams.
audience.
I watched two.
Oh, no.
I watched two streamers and two streamers only, and their names are
Pokemon
XQC
and Belle
Hassan
Delphine.
Abi.
Bruh, the two. Dude, fuck Pokemon.
I just watch
I-
politics
I
and
actually
funny
hate
haha
Pokemon
videos.
so much.
You watch what?
You watch politics?
I watch politics and funny haha videos. I
Oh,
watch
that's
XQC
kinda
and
gross.
Hassan.
Dude, that's
Yeah,
funny.
man.
That's funny.
I watch
I
it.
watch Ms.
It's just
Kiff.
what I like to do in my pastime, man.
Hey Zach, I bought Ms. Kiff merch.
Oh
But
god.
who?
I spent.
This
I
man
s-
watched Mystic.
It's a
Who's
streamer.
Mr.
Yeah, I spent
Oh.
$55 on a sweatshirt from Mizkif that says yo.
Jesus Christ.
That says yo, dude. That's like
you
Yeah.
just got the one that says yo.
dude.
Yeah, I
it's
got
so
the one that
funny.
said
Other,
yo.
you should have at least gotten like an egghead one.
No.
I don't know if you watched that one episode, or I know that me and Quince did. But if you guys any watched Cold Ones,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, there's this one episode that fucking
So funny.
they buy like T-shirts and shit, and they like it's like from camp or something. I don't know what that website is, but it's pretty much like you post
Canada.
whatever you're good at, and people can pay for that service or good.
Fiverr.
Craigslist.
Oh,
Yeah, like
not
Fiverr. Yeah,
Canada.
yeah. So they make all these fucking quirky fucking designs and tell people to make them, and they put them on a T-shirt. And one of them was just the word sample text on a jacket. And my
It's like a
friend,
bottom text meme. in
no, my
person.
friend bought that for $50,
Wow, that's
and that's
sweet.
not even including the shipping from Australia to America.
So they just Max Mofo was drunk, and they were looking at the guys like what he can do for to put on a shirt, and the first thing was just a sample text. He was like, "Fuck it, I don't want the design. I just like the sample text." And they just ordered a fucking sample text, and they made like 500
Exactly.
shirts.
It's fucking great. That's good.
Okay, I actually don't know what that Cold Ones is. I was just pretending.
Oh, you
It's,
fucking simp.
I like to try and fit in.
It's a YouTube channel by Anything for Views and Max Mofo.
Oh.
Subscribe to Cold Ones. No, it's
They just get drunk, very
nah,
drunk.
nah, it's a good show. But anyway, besides the point, Zach, tell us what you're into.
Like hour-long Slay the Spire videos.
What?
What is
Just
that?
unedited.
That's about as much
Slay
as I
the Spire.
expected.
You know, that's what helps me go to bed at night.
What do
I
you
don't
watch?
have the attention span.
Slay the
Like,
Spire, you know.
What is that?
It's a
It's a-
video game.
I've
It's a
never
very
heard
Slay the
of
hard
it.
Spire.
video game.
It's a it's like a kind of like a deck builder kind of.
oh, this looks
I
awful.
like
I
a
just
card
looked
game.
it up. What? How do you
No,
watch
send
an
me a
hour
picture
of
of
that?
it. Send me a picture of it. so I
Yeah,
can fucking-
yeah. You probably found the shittiest little
So I can
like
post
silent
it.
run where it's like 8 million different things. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Because I want
see
to
it.
I want to put it up on
Ugh.
screen for all the
Yeah,
nerds out
okay.
there.
Yeah. I'll record gameplay and send it to you over whatever Sean's giving
No,
me
no,
right
no,
now.
no. I'm sending you a 30-minute video of pure pain.
I have to
Okay.
download that video. I'm not downloading 30 minutes of a fucking
There,
video.
there you go. It's just a YouTube video.
Oh, okay.
Jesus
You're
Christ.
bringing up Northern Lion. Okay, I see how it is. First episode in the series. I get it, Sean.
Oh wow.
Anyways,
Zach's
how
already
much
on
were-
it. Hold up. Give me a second. I'm gonna take a shot really quick. You guys keep going.
Other than
Sure.
that, I'm like tutorials and basically anything I learn because like
Uh-huh.
my interests change like day by day. So
Ooh.
a lot of time I
Same.
was watching like Blender tutorials and all of that because I've been doing that recently.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously I've got my channel, do stuff from time to time.
Link in
Just
description.
whatever. Link in description.
No, I feel like my interest changing is like such, I don't know, it's a problem because like I really want to get into something and like devote myself to it and get really good at something, but
Dude.
like every week I just have a new interest and then I just stop being interested in anything else and then I get bored of that. It's just
Dude, it's such a fucking problem. I'm gonna be honest. I like while starting this YouTube channel, I did it at the end of it's when COVID hit because I had nothing else better to do. And was like at my highest of productivity. I'm like, this is a time that I can go work out and do shit. I think we all had that at the beginning, where it's like, I have all this free
Yeah.
time, no school, no nothing, like fucking.
yeah, it's like, oh, there's no
Hmm.
school. Fuck yeah, I'll do stuff every day. We'll hang out. Now it's just like a year later, just pain.
yeah, it's just.
Nothing improved.
How it
Spain.
started, how it's going.
Spain,
Yeah.
but the S is silent.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's it's one of those things that, and I started it when this all happened. I was just like, I'm gonna keep with this, cut back, like, I don't know, this like later this summer. I just stopped keeping up with it because it was such a hassle to, one, a lot of the people that I was doing the videos with in the past, either I don't keep in contact with a lot, or I don't know, shit happened, and it kind of left me at a place that I'm like, I can't do like a 20-minute gaming video because I don't know what the fuck games to play, and I don't want to be like every other YouTube just posting like shit ass content just to, you know, like, it's kind of one of those things. And I think like Shane or anybody else that's in art and stuff like that is like, when you're doing a project or you're doing something, you know, that you're putting your heart into, you want it to come out, you know, respectably good to your standards. And then when you put it out, you're just like, this looks like absolute garbage, and I don't want this on my shit, you know? And you scrap it all, but you don't have the motivation to, like, redo it again.
Yeah. Well, the thing about that is like, even if what you think you're like, if you're making something, like, and it comes out and you think it looks like shit, and you just want to, like, scrap it, like, don't scrap it, because, like, well, at least from my experience.
But wait. But what if it's actual shit?
Well, you don't know, because, like, it's all
it's
based
all
on perspective.
Yeah.
So, like, even even if objectively, like, say my objectively say my art, like, I put out a piece of art that's just objectively bad, like, I mean, it's not everything you do has to be the apex of, like, everything that you've ever, like, worked for. So even if you make something that's bad, you just gotta, like, keep rolling with it, and you just gotta keep going, and you can't let, like, one mistake, like, stop your whole chain of progress.
That's like this is like a speech for like Celeste. That's the whole motivation of the game. It's like, you don't make mistakes, you just learn.
That's fair.
What the
Hey,
fuck?
do you remember
I have been addicted to that game. Maybe I'm getting that from it. I don't know.
Do I just not know games or some shit? You guys keep pulling games
Oh, no,
out
well,
of fucking nowhere that I've never fucking heard of.
I got into this game called Celeste, like, it was like, I don't even know. It was like a week ago.
I just played
And,
Mario.
like, I've been, like, addicted to it. And it's actually a really good game.
Oh, okay.
But like, if you need a game to play, like,
It's like a platformer.
play Celeste.
speedrun thing.
Oh,
not
okay.
sponsored, could be sponsored, but
Bruh. Dollar Shave
I don't-
Club, hit me up. Gamer subs, hit me up.
gamers.
Do you
Huh?
remember? Do you remember some of the art that you were doing back in high school? What you were saying about it?
Yeah, I still have some sketchbooks from high school, and I think was there something specifically though?
You were
Or-
not a specific piece, just your mindset. Like, honestly, your mindset was so goddamn awful, and it's like, it's relieving to hear you talk like that, because that was your biggest thing, was you were always so goddamn hard on yourself every single day. And it just was like, it was awful to see, because you were creating, like, sure, like, you weren't following standard procedure or anything like that, and you're like, oh, well, I don't know anatomy. Who cares? Like, the stuff that you were creating was, like, decent and good, and you were just always so hard on yourself because it wasn't perfect, you know?
Yeah, I think, like, a lot of people think that way.
But that's what
And
I
it's
was talking
not
about,
healthy.
you know? Is that's the exact same way that I was thinking, is that you were always so hard because you wanted it to be in your mind of the way you know, it's always like a one-up thing. I guess in your mind is like, I saw this, you know, and I want it. You're not thinking in the moment that you want to replicate it to something, but you always have that high standard that you want it to be like that.
Yeah, but it's the problem arises is when those standards become unrealistic, because it's good to have
yeah.
but you also have to understand that you're not going to be able to, like,
Mm-hmm.
meet this exact standard 100% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna make mistakes, and like honestly, the mistakes that you make, and this applies to anything, not just art. It's like a roommate, but yeah, it's like
Oh. Well, a lot of time the mistakes you make, you don't even realize that you've made it.
yeah, and it's I don't know. And, like,
This
in
logic doesn't really work with my current job of working on cars. If you make a mistake, it usually doesn't go well.
Yeah,
No.
well, like it. Yeah, but like you still learn from it. Like even
Yeah,
if it
but I
does
mean, if
have,
it's like,
negative-
oh yeah, forgot to reconnect the brake line. Like that's a little bit of a doozy, you know?
Yeah,
Well,
but
you're also
that's true. But that's also, but then again, he's speaking from like a artist in the way of like something that you can do. But if it's not the way you want, then you can
Mhm.
try again, raise some parts,
Yeah.
make it better.
also the thing is, Sean, that you're getting paid to do that. Shane is a student, you know? Like there's an entirely different dynamic between this being
I
your
get a
job, you're
measly
expected.
but undeserved paycheck.
But even then, like it, like you work up to a certain point. Like if you if you fuck up a brake job, like it's like I don't know. Like there's a certain point where like
Mhm.
you're like in whatever skill, like you train enough so you won't like forget those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like that's just like part of your journey, because you had to learn how to do brakes at one point, and like you practiced it and you made sure that you got it right, and like it's just like yeah, not every snare is gonna fit perfectly, but like I think that the general concept still applies to like anything, not just creative. Like
You have to learn it.
yeah, you still have to learn. Like it's just kind of part of being a student.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I just think that like going through like COVID, as bad as it's been, I feel like it's been very enlightening for me in a few ways. Like namely like just sort of understanding the concepts that I just talked about.
Mhm.
I don't know. What do you guys feel that way? Like I feel
Yeah,
like
well,
I've kind of had.
Well, yeah.
I feel like
I
we're
mean,
we're all modern day philosophers.
I mean, shit, dude. Well,
Yeah,
we
it's
we
fair.
all think, like reading, a Siddhartha and some bullshit Buddha book, is like the way to go about. I mean, some people it's not. I should probably rephrase that.
Yeah,
but,
don't
you
call
know.
me into that. I don't know what the hell you're talking about right now.
Yeah, you
Uh,
trying to
no.
just
Oh,
Siddhartha,
dude,
bro.
Okay, dude, I'm telling you right now,
Oh,
bro.
no.
Ever since I come up to Washington, this is one of the most hippie kind of fucking places there is. Everybody brings out this whole like religious aspect or this whole idealism, but besides the point, you can read any of those textual analyses and like have watch any YouTube video to talk about like mindsets and shit like that. But until you actually take the time to actually do it yourself, is sit down or not even sit down, but just reflect on yourself for a moment of what's happened over the amount of time. I read this really cool book, and it's actually it's based in Maine. It's
Probably by
based.
Stephen King.
No, it's a true story. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, but it's called I think it's The Hermit of Maine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
mentioned.
mentioned-
Yeah, I
yeah,
think we had to read that in like elementary school.
Yeah, no, I read it my senior year of high school, but it was called the Man in the Woods, and it was about this guy that literally when he was 19 brought a whole bunch of camping gear in his car, left his keys in his car, locked the car, and just went out in the woods. You know, for 27 years, didn't talk to anybody. No interactions, no nothing.
Okay, I'm thinking
whatever.
of a different book.
Oh, maybe it's different, but he was in Maine and just lived in this, like, I don't know where it was in Maine, but I read it and he was talking about like a lot of his stuff. He was just like, was there like a reason? Did anything happen? He's just like, I just felt like it.
Sometimes I think that's the way to go. Then I get hungry and cold and I go home.
Yeah, well, yeah, even for that, but like, you know, I would have just been, you know, it's crazy to think that, because I don't think any like amount of text or like any amount of, you know, stuff, you have to decide to do that for yourself. You know,
Yeah.
during these times, is take the time to either rechange your life or at least look upon it. You know?
Yeah.
Well, I think you might have been thinking about Into the Wild.
Hatchet.
No,
Oh no,
it
I was
a
thinking of
man in the-
Hatchet.
It was a man in the woods. Not
I love
Into the
Hatchet. Oh, okay.
Wild.
Hatchet was good.
Hatchet.
Into
the
was good.
Wild
I want
kinda
to
gets the
reread
same.
that.
Yeah. I mean, Into the Wild, isn't that the wild thing where the wild things are?
No,
With the
my
monsters?
guy.
Maybe that's the book that I thought you were talking about. I was just like, you mean where the wild things are? But
Into the Wild is this story about I just watched the movie recently. It's a story about this kind of kid that grows up, and after like graduating college, he decides, I can't do this life anymore. I am going to become a vagrant, and I'm going to just travel. And my plan is I'm going to Alaska. So he
Where
travels.
even the
the
liberals
US.
have guns. That's the motto.
all right, we're not
Um,
getting political here, buddy boy.
That's
I'm
the
messing
motto.
with you. I'm messing with you.
But yeah, no, he ends up going to Alaska. He makes it there, and he spends like a couple of good months. Like this whole 2-year journey, he spends a couple of months into the wilderness. He decides, I'm gonna go back, and he showed up in winter. In spring, the river he crossed was flooded, so he's stuck out there. Guy ends up dying, and
Oh
he
my
was
God.
like living in a bus, hunting, like foraging, that sort of stuff.
Wait, so who wrote the book?
Yeah. It's a collection of his notes.
Oh, shit.
It's a collection of his notes. It's a collection of like letters from
Family
his sister
members.
that she never
Oh,
sent.
man.
Family members talking about the events. There was a lot of people
Gotcha.
he met on the way, so a lot of people had a lot of stuff to say about him.
I think
Because
I
he
know
was
what you're
going by
talking
this-
about. I've heard
Yeah,
of that
he-
story. No, I've watched the movie, or at least heard about the movie, because I think I know what you're
Movie's
talking
good.
about. Yeah, the movie's pretty good. That's
I couldn't survive if I can't go to the market, like the store.
yeah. What are y'all's like survival skills? Y'all know a lot about like camping and shit like that.
None.
I got my survival badge and my knot tying badge and other things.
Were
but
you in Boy Scouts?
I went to a summer camp. I went to a summer camp, and that was like a
Boy Scouts.
solid
we touch
month
boys.
of like, yeah.
That's the motto.
I don't know. I don't have any survival.
I know.
skills.
When we were in 6th grade, I think it was 6th grade. There's this week-long trip to this place called Spelunky, and we just have to sleep in tents that we set up and shit. We had to cook our food. Yeah, unless you were in the lucky group that got lodges, but you know, I remember there. You don't know who this is. Everyone else does. Someone named Marin.
Yeah. What about it?
Leg opened with an X when we were there.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Now I remember that. Oh god, the name. I was like, what did Marin do? But yeah, she got fucked up.
Dude.
Yeah,
What was this? In middle school?
they were teaching us to cut. Yes,
Okay.
6th grade,
She
And
axed
'cause they were
herself
teaching us
in
how to
the
cut
leg
wood.
accidentally.
Oh shit.
and she like missed and went to her leg. So yep. And my group was funny though. Cause there's just like we're out on like the peninsula, so there's a bunch of mud everywhere around. and I don't know why they were out there. I don't know why they were out there. They're out there doing something. But there's two people, and one of them got stuck in the mud, and they tried to get him out, and they both fucking fell in the mud.
Aren't there blood
And then
leeches in that
the
mud?
Maybe, I don't know.
Dude, that's fucking
They're wearing
crazy.
boots, but I don't think it mattered when they fell in the mud. That was hilarious.
Is that like your extent, like everybody's extent of like wilderness shit? Because
I mean,
feel
I
like-
live in the woods,
That-
but I don't go out there.
That
I
and
can
like camping
like
in
survival.
a campground.
Like how long?
Survival? No way.
Like how long do you think if you were placed in the woods with the most simple of gear, meaning like a backpack, like a tent?
Well, what do you get? Like, do you get like an axe, maybe?
Well, you get all the basic tools, meaning like,
Like
you
stuff
have
to s-
you have an axe, you have like a tent, you have a sleeping bag, you have somewhat decent clothes, meaning like whatever you put on you, and then like a jacket. You know,
Okay, well, 5 minutes.
5
Maybe
minutes.
a week if I'm lucky.
Yeah.
A
no,
week.
I would be
Yeah, I'd
ruined.
probably be a week.
Like, I like to think optimistically, or think I'm the main character of this
Listen.
story, but no, I would die.
Yeah, no, sir.
Dude,
I'm not Bear Grylls. I would not eat grubs.
it's
If
so
it went my life, I would not eat grubs.
it's so funny because my school, at least my high school, or I guess it was all my, taught so many like survival skills, which was really weird. Like in 8th grade, we did this fucking. You couldn't even imagine. So imagine like a 250-pound kid. I was a
No, you said I couldn't imagine it. So
but fuck you. All right. But
forcing my hand here.
it's a lot to handle, and I believe in you. But imagine, this 250-pound kid that's got like a 40-pound backpack walking like 20 miles through the middle of these mountains.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, this was the crazy thing, and just it was fucking horrible. And the whole idea was that, is like you were doing a lot of this. It was like maybe 8 kids and 2 teachers, or I guess they were teachers. And we had a backpack, and we had all of our food. It was all this shitty dry food that like you pretty much heated up, you poured water into it and ate it. And I was picky as fuck, so most of the shit
I used to be
didn't eat.
so picky.
Dude, I didn't shit for a week.
Mm.
Dude, it was so fucking bad because I was just like, I don't want to shit in the fucking woods. But
I think
I mean,
I did the same thing with Chewonki. I couldn't do it.
I just no, because like I was just like, I didn't want to shit outside and have to dig a hole and shit.
Yeah.
Prince, you'll remember I spent
don't
the
have
whole
to
week in
dig a hole.
Chewonki just like
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the teachers would literally go back and they would be like, so why didn't you dig a hole?
Yep.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, and I'm like, why you looking at my shit?
Weirdos. Dude.
Oh, I shit in the woods once. I did not enjoy that.
No,
thoroughly.
I've shit in the woods before, but it was not fun. But like we
What,
we
by
had
choice.
yes, by choice. I
You just
literally
do that.
either I was gonna shit my pants, or I was gonna shit somewhere else. Like the whole idea is that
Say goodbye to
know,
your parents.
no, but anyway, there was this one night called solo night, and literally what you had to do is it was supposed to be
I have a
24
lot of
hours,
those.
but you have a lot of solo nights. Is that
Yeah.
is that what you call me time?
Yeah.
Me time solo nights. Back from the club. I didn't get any pussy tonight, so it's solo nights. But
It's too real.
yeah, so we had that, and literally all we had was like a tarp and a piece of string to like cover it, and then just our sleeping pad, because we weren't allowed to use tents. And it was just so awkward, and you had to spend it by yourself, so everybody was separated in this like half a mile radius. And like also no food too for like 14
Yeah,
hours.
I'm trying to think like
It was
pretty
fucking
pretty thoroughly right now about like if I was in the woods, fine, I got a tent, and I can even make fire, sure, but like I would just starve. I would find berries maybe, but like that's it.
then you would.
Man, I'm not gonna catch shit. What am I gonna do? Salamanders? Like,
Like it's hard
I can't
to
catch a
kill
rabbit, I
something
can't catch a bird.
with a gun. Like you have to wait all day and like, jeez.
Even like
that'd be
that, I
rough.
mean, there is certain techniques that you could use, I mean, to even survive, but I mean,
Yeah, but I'd be out there not knowing those techniques. So
sure.
What you gotta
yeah.
do is, at least in Maine, is like your survival is really based on like where you are. Because like if you're near like a stream or something, that's a constant source of food, or like a river.
Mm-hmm.
when you
Um,
eat water.
No, you
Dude,
eat what's
Where
in the
do I
water.
get that
Fucking
perk?
big brain.
You eat. I mean, if you could eat water and get sustenance from it, then you wouldn't have to worry.
No, but
you
like if you're in the middle
Only we
of
could
fucking Aroostook,
photosynthesize.
you're
Well,
fucked.
Dude,
There's
well,
no
there's
chance.
there's places in Maine that you could go off and fucking fish. I mean,
Yeah,
let's
you
say-
can- you
can
let's say,
fish.
let's say,
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm like, even let's saying like, you know, as I learned how to fly fish, you know, and if I had a constant stain of fish, even though it sucked to have like no seasoning with it, it would taste bland as shit.
It's food.
But it's food again, yeah, and it's like, you know, and if you
Yeah.
know that basics, I mean, shit.
You can also set up like specific traps for certain kinds of fish. Like you can like wall off certain areas like off of a stream, and like fish will swim in there, and they're like they like won't be able to swim out because like the current.
Mhm.
I don't know how to explain it very well.
No, yeah, I kind of get it.
No, but I don't really like fish though.
Oh my god.
Well,
You
So
live
you
in
die.
fucking Maine.
so you'll die.
How do you not like fish?
Hey, are you stereotyping?
Literally
us?
Yes,
a
I'm
seafood
stereotyping
Yeah.
you.
It's seafood
I-
city.
I don't appreciate that. I don't even have the main accent. Like,
What about
do you-
like what about
What is
like
the
fish
main?
and
There's a
chips?
Main accent.
Eh,
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Bob.
there's a
How's it
main
going?
accent, man.
You doing
What the
hey,
hell
you
you
wanna
mean
go
it's
out
not
to
me?
Kabak?
Hey, yo, ever been to Baja? But
It sounds like it
Yeah.
Oh,
sounds like a
my God.
retarded. It sounds like literally a retarded
it's one of
New
my
Jersey.
favorite places.
Like,
It's a
hey, I'm from
drunk.
New
What do you
Jersey,
mean?
but I got-
Hey,
It sounds like a.
no.
Quincy's
like a
getting
drunk-
defensive
it,
about
it sounds like
He
a
did not just say
coked
we're
out
the
New-
worst. He did not just say we're the worst New Jersey.
Oh
Oh my
the
god.
worst New Jersey, bro. Jersey Shore Part 2,
I actually-
Maine.
I don't know. You got to be like around
Where's
Mainer
Boston
for a while
at
to really
best?
get it like
Boston.
strong. Let
Uh
me see.
Or at least, I mean.
Well, the problem with the main accent is that it very easily goes into the mumble route where it's like
yeah,
like you're like doing like an
I mean,
It sounds like
show.
like music, but no, it's like you
Sounds
drop
like-
the ER off everything, make it AH. That's necessary.
huh.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's just
having
Like
some
it's the
fucking
most
pasta, but
non-noticeable.
you know,
Like
you
fish
throw
eye?
a fucking there once in a while. You know, we got it going on.
You sound like you see, I can't tell what you're going in between. It sounded like Aussie, and then it went into like like
It's
like
hard.
New
it's like
York,
Boston, but
like Staten
what
Island.
country?
it is like Boston, yeah.
That's funny as fuck.
It's more rural Boston.
Dude, it's so funny when I hear about like how many different dialects, you know, between or like even different like
34.
accents there are in that square mileage of, you know, of Maine, like, and New York and all that area. Because you go maybe like 4 hours outside of New York, you're gonna hear a whole different fucking accent.
No, you go into like each part of New York and you have a different accent. Like
True, yeah, even good point.
like the Bronx is totally different from Manhattan. You know.
Dude, it's so funny. The main like accent here in Washington is just depression. It literally
same
it, just,
for, like,
it literally just sounds
Missouri.
sad here. No, Missouri, dude, people in Missouri are just so they are pretty much the closest people to Floridans I have ever met. Because Missouri is pretty much swamp. It's swamp in certain
No,
parts.
wait, what?
Yeah, dude. I mean, at least the parts of Missouri that I've been to, it's just really high moisture and sticky. And if you go towards the Ozarks area, it's just a whole bunch of fucking rednecks with their fucking boats.
Yep.
Okay, well, that's Maine again, but
That's Maine
Rednecks? You guys
Yeah,
have
that's
rednecks?
true.
Oh yeah.
Maine.
Well, we're
rednecks
like
with
rich
boats.
rednecks with boats, though.
I mean, the coast is the rich ones, and then
Rich rednecks with
95%
boats.
is not.
Boats
No,
and hoes.
man, like on Sebago.
Well, yeah.
People have camps on Sebago. Like those are the rich
I
people.
feel like you're
but
calling me out right now.
Yeah,
Listen,
Sean, your
no,
house
but
on Sebago.
I got a camp on the west side, you know.
Well, I mean, you share that with like your aunt and uncle, right?
Yeah, that's like 5 brothers, like my dad and his 4 brothers, and then the rest of us shared underneath them. So it's not like we're rich, it's just like something that's been in the family, which I feel like you can tell if you go up there if this is a place with new money, you know, like some bankers who decided to, you know, spend millions on a piece of property, or for us, my great grandparents bought it for $4,400 and now it's worth way more.
I feel
than that.
like Maine is the northern eastern place that people retire to. Like if you're like
Oh yeah,
south,
Yeah.
then you're retired
Vacation
to Florida.
land.
yeah. We're literally called vacation land.
Yeah.
That's funny as fuck.
Which when you live here, it doesn't fucking seem like it. It's not. I don't feel like I'm on vacation. I want to go somewhere else.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't know,
because
I
it's
love
where
Maine,
you
man.
live, dude.
I
It's
love
where you
Maine.
live. Wherever you're from, you're not gonna like. My place is a vacation resort town where I'm originally from. You know.
Yeah, unless you go to
and-
Sebago, I guess.
But like again, you know, it's like I've already seen all this shit. I want to go somewhere else and experience something different. Not saying that going somewhere else isn't fun, but it's not like you want to be like, oh, I've already seen all this shit and I just would rather just stay here. Fuck that.
John, I know the difference between like what comes from like a, you know, like an old family kind of house, and the difference between like, you know, I have mega $1 million. This is my camp on Sebago.
Is it whether or not you have floors or plywood floors?
No, it's whether or not you got a stand mixer in the kitchen, because apparently that's a rich person.
Stand-up
what?
mixers?
Like a blender?
Like no, a stand mixer. You know, like a KitchenAid.
Well, clearly I'm not rich. Then.
so you're like making
I'm not rich,
margaritas
so-
and shit.
Is that like something? So that's interesting. Is it? You know, am I supposed to be proud that I don't have one of those? Should I?
I don't know.
want to
Are
be
you
rich.
proud?
That's the goal. You know, I want to.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I was just
Stand-up
talking to
mixers
JC
are
the other day, and I was like, we were making something. JC didn't have a stand mixer. I was like, oh shit, you don't have a stand mixer, blah, blah,
but
blah.
you do.
And
you
then
have
she
a
was like, yeah, well, that's a
curved
rich person
granite
thing.
countertop, Zach.
Yes, we do have granite tower.
Yeah. You have a backsplash in your
And-
kitchen.
Hey, Sean, important distinction, my parents have granite
No,
tower.
see, but
don't
it's,
have any.
it's weird. Like, why am I saying this in a criticizing manner? Because I'm jealous. I want granite countertops.
Well, I want you to have granite countertops too, man.
Bro, I lived in a trailer. The fuck do you... The fuck? Everybody's talking about this high rich, yeah, bro. But also, I don't know what the fucking expense rates are up there. How much it is.
You
to
can
live
get
there.
granite countertops too without having real granite. You just
Yeah,
put
that's
one
true.
on
There's
That's
some
true.
really good
Wrap
options.
in granite.
We've been, wow, this is totally out. We've been looking to like actually.
I love how the
remodel our kitchen.
conversations, you know, went to like
This is
survival.
quality
podcast.
Like it's
I saw
like
the remodels of
COVID,
your
like
kitchen,
serious
by the way.
shit.
Yeah,
then
yeah. I
YouTube,
showed you the
then like
3D
survival, and like y'all have granite countertops, like the Gucci of houses.
No, that's the thing, because like, okay, here's something I've talked about with my dad like a lot, because there's nothing fucking else to talk about, nothing goes on, but like, I don't know, like everyone has different standards and goals. Like, I think it depends
Like,
on
goals
who
to have
you're
granite
around and like who's in your life, but like my uncle Tim is like someone I consider like that's my goal for life. He's got like a nice ass house, he like takes care of his stuff. You know, that's where I want to be. So I have somewhere to like strive to get to. Some people, their goals are like very different. Like, that's where a lot of criticism comes from. I think it's just not understanding like your goals aren't everyone's goals. You know.
True.
You know, it's funny you say that, Sean. I just went into orientation today, and we were talking about, you know, everything and all that.
Oh
And
yeah,
it really-
UPS, right?
Yeah, well, no, USPS.
Oh, sorry. Yes, sir.
There is a
Government
difference.
employee.
I nearly wouldn't have this job if I didn't know the difference. Because
No,
lady
that's
sent me an email. Well, no, I would definitely have a job if I knew the difference. Anyways, listen. lady sent me this is off track. Quick thing.
No,
Lady
yeah,
sent me
I'm
an
listening.
email, said UPS. I thought UPS was trying to steal me from USPS. I didn't respond to the email. It was USPS.
Wait, are they different?
Yes, they are different. One is the United States Postal Service, and one is
United
Postal
Postal Service?
It's something. It's that. Yeah, but one is government like ran and kind of not funded, but it's like, organized
That's
through
the
the
one you
government.
want to be in. That's where you get the benefits, and that's where
and
you
that
don't
is
have to
where
work
I
as
am.
hard. Nice.
But yeah, no, yeah. What was I saying? I was saying something.
I don't know. You're talking about the UPS or some shit.
Yeah, I'm sure it was
No, we were
important,
talking
but
about
we're
stuff.
not
We were
gonna get
talking
there.
about priorities and all.
No,
this.
they were talking about granite countertops, and then
Yeah,
like,
let's
No,
get
trying
back
yeah,
to
to
we
that.
were
towards
talking about
shit.
like, but we were talking about like where we were in priorities and like where we want to be in life.
Yeah,
and
everyone has
priorities.
different goals.
I
yeah.
mean, okay. I guess like because this is hidden almost an hour and 30. Is this like where would you like to see yourself in, like, let's say a decade? Like every
Job
one of
interview,
you
Yeah,
guys?
huh?
I feel like that fits it. Yeah.
It's gonna take me
do
a
we
long
wanna keep-
time to answer, so someone else go first.
Yeah, I'll keep up my momentum right now.
Okay,
So
go for it.
this goes perfectly with what I was trying to say. I'm getting a government job, and this is going to potentially
Nice.
be my career for maybe the rest of my life.
A
Maybe
government
not.
job?
Maybe I
What do you
can
mean?
this.
Yeah,
This
you're
it,
buying dinner.
USPS is a government job. It's federal.
Oh, okay. USP. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, it's this. I have my whole life ahead of me. I can do whatever I want with my life.
Mhm.
And
That's a
and
big
I don't.
flex, you know.
Well, no, but this is the thing, is that a lot of people are going through college right now and they're just kind of like, yeah, well, I don't really know what to do with my life. But I have so many doors open now that I wouldn't have had if I hadn't tried something out of the box.
Mhm.
So in a decade, I
That's a
want to see
pun.
myself just basically like letting that come to fruition and like just like expanding on myself. And who cares if I own a home or I'm living in a motorhome? Who
Mhm.
cares? That's not what I care about. My priorities making myself better. So in a decade from now, I just hope I'm a better person.
Wow.
Wow. Very.
That's way better than mine.
He's just like, I don't know. I just kind of want to get high. No. But anyway, no. I mean, go for it. That's totally reasonable. All right, Quince, hit it. We're gonna go from bottom to top.
Comes the bottom.
You're the bottom.
calm
here,
down,
Zach.
Now I'm uncomfortable.
Damn.
Anyways, I don't know. I'm still figuring out a lot of stuff, especially with college. I mean, if I keep up with the major I have now, then in a decade, probably hoping to see myself working at some kind of garden, and I don't know, maybe have a place of my own. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome
I
place
mean,
to be in a decade.
That's definitely a fucking something.
You're a
fucking
simple
terrible.
man with simple needs.
Simple man, simple needs.
I'm a,
A
masterful
garden
man.
and a house.
Garden in the
Yep.
picket white fence.
Quiet life.
All right, Shane, hit it.
All right. Man, I don't know. If things work out the way I want them to, I think hopefully living in sorry, one sec. You can cut this out, sorry.
Good start.
Are you playing Celeste?
I am.
I-
I'm playing. I'm
Are
really
you
bad at
fucking
it.
serious? I told you
I'm
one
playing
thing.
Minecraft
Give me your devoted attention.
It was there for a while.
You didn't tell me that.
Shane, do you want me to answer first?
Yeah, just go for it.
All right. All right. No, I can't answer. No, I don't know. My answer is gonna be pretty simple too. Like
That's fine.
Okay, I'm back.
career-wise. Oh, you want to go?
Yeah, I can go.
All right, do it.
Sorry, my sister was like telling me something stupid. So
Sick.
for my like, I don't know. I like. There's not really any like one set goal, I guess.
Oh.
But for me, what I'm shooting for is like hopefully living on the West Coast somewhere. Maybe like probably in an apartment, but because probably won't be able to buy a house by the time I'm like, what, 29? That's
Especially
weird.
if you're going
That's weird to say
California.
that. But yeah, like working West Coast in like a animation studio somewhere
Mm-hmm.
with a dog. I want a dog,
Yeah, I feel that.
but
Mm.
like literally I could like have no one else and just like vibe out with a dog.
Yeah,
But,
dude, absolutely.
That's the life.
I don't know. Yeah, but I think I definitely want to like go like out
You wanna
west.
go west?
Yeah.
Are
I
you
wanna
talking
go
about
west.
like California area?
Yeah, like California,
Damn,
Nevada.
that's in this climate, going to California.
I mean,
That's
that's
a
where
big-
that's where the animation jobs are. That's where the
True,
big
true.
like animation studios are. Like,
So
but
you're
that
gonna go
I
to
would keep your
you're
eye
gonna
out.
go to
not happen.
Hollywood. You're gonna try to make
I
it.
would keep your eye out. Maybe like look for certain animation studios you'd want to work for, because I know a lot of companies right now are like going out of California, and, like setting up in
Yeah.
different places.
Well, I know, yeah, a lot of stuff, but
So
yeah,
much is
definitely.
online now too.
Yeah, true.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. You big flopper.
Right, I hyped it up in my head a little bit, but it's not much. All right, I'm a simple
Hyped
man,
up,
you know.
mate. Okay.
I don't know. I don't think I want to leave Maine just because it's like my entire family's here. Like literally
Mm-hmm.
every single person in my family is either here or in Canada, but I haven't really met them. But I'll probably stay here. I would definitely, if the like housing market chills out, I want to have a house. You know,
Absolutely.
white picket fence,
The white picket fence.
simple stuff.
Yes,
you know, I
sir.
want to have at least. I want a bunch of kids. You know, of course.
Popping out babies.
I'm thinking big.
Okay.
I'm thinking 10 years. That's a lot of time. I'm thinking big.
Okay. Ooh, big man, big hopes.
I don't know if they're gonna be my kids, but I'll take them. I'll have some kids, and
You'll take the kids.
it's just you got to do what you got to do to achieve your dreams.
Take the kids.
I'm setting these goals, and I'm gonna say I want 23 kids in my basement in 10 years. That's it.
Okay.
Yo, Sean, where do you get your kids from, bro?
He's just like, all right, right now I'm
Just
working
follow
with
it.
5. All right, I've been feeding them
Market
rice for the 5.
That's a good one.
But yeah, I mean, or what do you see job wise?
I don't know. I mean, so my dad has a mechanic shop like that he owns, and he's the only one that works there. And so far, that's like, I don't know, the only thing that I've stayed doing that I'm okay at, you know, and that
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel all right about it, you know. Which for most things, it takes me a really long time to get comfortable, and if I don't, then I just stop being interested.
Mm-hmm.
So realistically, I'll be doing that. But if I find something I get really, you know, inspired by, I would do that, you know.
That makes sense. I mean, that seems pretty legit.
I try to live by the rule of take the opportunities that present themselves to you, but then again, I'm really lazy, so I don't.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, personally for me, I don't know. I can't see myself up in Washington for the rest of my life. I mean, this place is beautiful and all, but I mean, it's very fucking depressing up here. I'm gonna be honest. I can see why Kurt Cobain killed him. I'm sorry, but
Oh my god.
but like,
Understandable.
dude, it's depressing up here. It rains all the
Calm
time.
down
I mean,
there, pal. Jeez.
but fucking, nah. Courtney Love killed Kurt.
It's the
Conspiracy.
Britain of
I will
America.
confirm.
You were there.
Anyway, besides the point, I don't know. I've thought a lot about what I wanted to do. I wanted to do music, and specifically music, and that's why I moved up to Washington in the first place, was because if I wasn't gonna go to a music school, I wanted to at least be around a big music culture. And the Seattle area, and even up here, there's a lot of big music scenes, so that's why I picked up here in the first place. But I mean, personally, I've thought about this for a while, but I'm planning to major in a business or marketing degree, because pretty much if you have a marketing or business degree or in economics for that point, a lot of people are going to be willing to hire you. And I'm tired of working for other people, spending my life working for some fucking guy or girl that doesn't know, like, that I have to work by schedule, and I'm fucking tired of that. I'm tired of working for some person that, I like having my own schedule and managing my own time. That's why the only thing I like about online school. But
Yeah.
I mean, if the kind of dream is that I would get, this is out of the world kind of crazy, but is I would get one of those Sprinter vans, and deck it out on the inside, put like a bed, furniture, whatever, get a dog, and just go around, just kind of around the country and kind of travel for the time. And I would do all, because everything's becoming online now,
I know a guy that did that actually.
Yeah,
Is doing that.
Yeah, is that, like, everything's becoming online now, so everything's mostly accessible from your computer, and a lot of jobs have already started, like, mainly sourcing their income from online conversations and stuff like that. But one of the things I've kind of learned is that I would literally just do music marketing in my van, and work off the computer, and then just kind of travel around. I mean, I've thought about that for a while.
Market basket once in a while,
Yeah, and I've also thought about moving out to Utah, and going to school down there. I know that sounds kind of weird. I'm not a Mormon or anything. But
why are you like going from Washington to Utah? Like,
well,
next to say Maine. These are like the most weird states.
No, I know that sounds kind of fucking weird, but Utah is. I've spent a lot of time out there, since I'm 4 hours away from a small town there called Moab, and it's like this beautiful place that has all this cool scenery and Arches. That's where Arches.
You say Moab, like the mother of all bombs?
No. Not well. That's a term.
That's
for
in
it.
Nevada.
But no, Moab is a small town in Utah, and it has Arches National Park in it. That's why it became famous in the first place. But
Gotcha.
Utah, it has skiing. It has a music scene out there. And there's a lot of stuff to do, such as bike riding. And I'm really infatuated with the desert. If you've got, I wanted to mention this, but nobody knows who the fuck he is. It's Hunter S. Thompson, and Fear and Loathing. He's a writer in the 70s, but his books really fantasized me about like deserts and stuff like that. So I don't know if that, and just have a place outside of Salt Lake City and then just kind of live there. I've thought about that for a while, but at the moment, I think I'm gonna go down the, business degree scenario.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think this is a good point to close. I can't thank you all again. If you guys just want to send me all personal links, all that stuff will be in the description.
Sick.
But thank you again for everybody. And thank you guys for tuning in. If y'all want to say whatever you want.
Bye.
Salute from Shane.
Do you want me to bleep that out?
That's a good
Yes,
one.
please.
All right.